Spiritual wisdom of Napoleon Hill, as gleaned from Think and Grow Rich. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. Welcome back to the Jeffrey Daugherty Show, The Gospel Truth. And I'm breaking down the business classic, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I'm pulling out the spiritual gems from this business classic. Many people have read this as a great business book, but many people are unaware of the great spiritual truths contained within this classic. This is the third installment, and we will go through this. This is available as an ebook in the box below. Think and Grow Rich. It's Spiritual Wisdom of Napoleon Hill, as gleaned from Think and Grow Rich. So if you want to get the book for yourself, go ahead and grab it. It makes a great type of a daily devotional, and it makes a great book just to sit and read through. So let's dive into Spiritual Wisdom of Napoleon Hill, as gleaned from Think and Grow Rich. So here we go. Let's think and grow rich. But let's get the spiritual wisdom from it most of all. Okay. And I don't know why this wants to be all over there. All thoughts which have been emotionalized, given feeling, and mixed with faith begin immediately to translate themselves into their physical equivalent or counterpart. So if we really want to get ourselves moving in a direction, whether it be in business or whether it be in manifesting our full Elohim status, or whether it be in learning how to manifest, control, and direct our intention, or whether it be getting healing, whether it be changing our life, if we emotionalize those feelings, and if we mix them with faith, and this is really done through meditation, emotionalizing, and I show you when you work with me in personal services how to create and anchor emotional states at will. Those people that have worked with me have found out how they can create and anchor emotional states at will, and it's a very powerful tool to have in your toolbox to enable you to go into any state of mind or emotion that you wish at your own command. Very powerful technique. Hello, Jen. Very, very powerful technique. Danilo, thank you very much. Danilo Borges, thank you, my friend. And it will allow you to go into that state of faith anytime you want. You know what? I'm going to share for free. I'm going to show you how to do that. So what I want you to do is go in your mind to a time where you felt very, very, very happy. A time where you felt very happy. No, let's not do happy. I want you to go to a time, thank you, my brother, when you felt very empowered. You won the race. You got the raise. You did something fantastic. Go into your mind and think about that. See it. See it in color. Make yourself part of that video. Hear the sounds. Hear the people cheering. Hear the boss saying, here's your raise. Hear it. See it. Feel it. Get it in mind. If you're right-handed, reach over to your left wrist. If you're left-handed, reach over to your right wrist. While you're seeing it, while you're feeling it, just start rubbing that wrist in a circular pattern. Oh, man, I see it. I feel it. I see it. I feel it. Rub that wrist. Boom, come back to present time. And now anytime you want to recapture that feeling, all you have to do is repeat that physical state, like close your eyes, rub that wrist, and boom, you're back into that powerful state. Now, that's a very short version. And, of course, you want to take more time to anchor it in with more power and more intention. But that's the way you do it. And that's what Hill is talking about when he's talking about positive emotions and thoughts mixed with faith. You can, hey, Cuban Pixie, you can change your state just like that. Conduct yourself just as you would if you are already in possession of the material thing which you are demanding when you call upon your subconscious mind. Hello, Tiffany. So what you want to do is you want to act as if. Remember Ben Affleck in, what was that called? Boiler Room. Act as if. If you want to be an Elohim, act as if you're an Elohim. Your mind really doesn't know the difference between something you believe to be true and something which is true. Act as if. That's a spiritual principle. Okay, your subconscious mind will transmute into its physical equivalent by the most direct and physical media available, any order which is given to it in a state of belief or faith that the order will be carried out. I am able to sleep 6 hours a night. I'm able to sleep 8 hours a night. I am able to attract positive people into my life. You just say this as a mantra, and it comes into your mind, and your mind doesn't know any difference, especially if you got your analytical mind dialed in. It will give you the power, and these things will come to place in your mind. Faith is a state of mind which may be induced by autosuggestion. I've said to you many, many times that your words you speak are either the building blocks or the wrecking balls to your life. Stop saying, why am I so fat? Start saying, how can I reach my ideal weight? Autosuggestion will start telling you how you can reach your ideal weight. If you start saying, why am I so fat? Autosuggestion will tell you why you're so fat. Your mind will go to work and give you answers to the questions that you ask it. So, as Anthony Robbins says, your life is determined by the quality of the questions you ask yourself. I ask myself good questions. How can I get L.A. Marzulli to debate me? And all of a sudden, I'm having email conversations with him, and he didn't know me from you. How can I get Scott Clark in a debate? All of a sudden, I'm talking to him on Leak Project. I'm telling you, it works. Faith is the basis of all miracles and all mysteries which cannot be analyzed by the rules of science. Faith is the only known antidote for failure. Faith is the element, the chemical, which, when mixed with prayer, gives one direct communication with infinite intelligence. I don't even think you got to have prayer. Faith is the element which transforms the ordinary vibration of thought created by the finite man of man into the spiritual equivalent. Faith is the only agency through which the cosmic force of infinite intelligence can be harnessed and used by man. That does not even require any commentary. And this is from a business book. Tell me Napoleon Hill didn't have it going on like Donkey Kong, huh? Faith is the basis of all miracles. Believe it. Faith is the agency that transmutes mere human intelligence into infinite intelligence. I suggest you make peace with your past. Bad memories, people that hurt or you did, let go of the past and what doesn't belong to the new energies of the new earth that is coming. That's good stuff. And Jen, I've told you what to do if you don't have happy memories. Get with me and we'll get you some. We'll get you some. You do have memories. They're just, your analytical mind is shut down, my sister. Anyway, you know what you're doing. Thoughts which are mixed with the feelings of emotions constitute a magnetic force which attracts from the vibrations of the ether other similar or related thoughts. This is law of attraction 100 years before law of attraction. And it works both ways. If you have poor me victimization thoughts, guess what? You're going to draw poor me victimization energy to you. You're going to draw poor me victimization spirits to you and entities to you, and they're going to come pat you on the back. Oh, poor you, oh, poor Jeff. And then they're sucking your energy out while you're taking their pats on your back. In the reverse, if you have, like me, I'm defeating the rat bastard. I'm defeating the Lord. I'm defeating Yahweh. I'm defeating Jehovah. And I get victorious energy that comes into me, victorious power that comes to me. It's all about the law of attraction. You've got things coming to you pretending they're demons because you got your bad roosters coming home to roost. I got blessings overtaking me because my positive intention is going out, and positive intention comes back to you just like negative does. They're all salmon swimming back. So you have the ability to decide what comes back to you. You're dealing with what you think are demons, and they're just your own negative or unbalanced energy put out. I'm dealing with, I get chased down by blessings. Power chases me down. Glory chases me down. Victory chases me down. I am going to defeat the Lord, VH. He's going down to Chinatown. We're already beating him. Hey, Nana Magic. We're already beating him. We're already beating him. So what you put out comes back. The law of attraction, both positive and less than positive. And Hill wrote this 100 years ago, man. This guy was on it, like Blue Bonnet. Emotion can be compared to a seed which planted in fertile soil germinates, grows, and multiplies itself over and over again until that which was originally one small seed becomes countless seeds of the same brand, good or bad, balanced or unbalanced, constructive or deconstructive, wrecking ball or building block. Every single day, you're either building the life you want to build or you're torpedoing the life that you want to build. You're either your own best friend or your own worst enemy, and you are in control. No one's the boss. Well, they make me so mad. They make me so sad. They make me feel. No, they don't. No one has ever made you feel anything. You've decided to feel in a certain way in response to the stimuli that was presented to you. You're the farmer. You get to decide which seeds get planted and which seeds wash away. You can't keep a bird from flying over your head, but you can keep a crow from building a nest in your hair. Good for you, Tiffany. Take responsibility. That's what Tiffany said. Self-confidence formula. I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Whoa, 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 whoa. Definite purpose in life? What are you talking about? Well, in order to achieve your definite purpose in life, you got to have a definite purpose in life. I'll guarantee you, Danilo Borges has a definite purpose in life. He knows what he wants. I'm betting Jen Fisher might have a definite purpose in life. She knows what she wants. Do you know what your definite purpose in life is? I'm living mine. I'm hip deep in it all day. What is your definite purpose? If you don't have one, do some personal work with me. We'll help you find it. What did you want to be when you were growing up? Oftentimes that holds great clues. So I know I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. If you didn't have the ability to achieve it, then the Elohim would not have put that desire in your heart. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment. And I here and now promise to render such action. Second, I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. Turn off the TV for 30 minutes a day. I haven't been doing this. I'm really doing it constantly, but I'm going to make a set aside time, 30 minutes to concentrate my thoughts upon the task of defeating the rat bastard, upon the task of debating, L-A-Z-Y, Marzulli, upon the task of getting the real truth out about September 23, Revelation 12, rapture, crapture. I'm going to concentrate my mind on helping people create themselves. I'm going to concentrate on my mind on helping people understand the true message of the Christ. Half an hour a day. Boop. Third, I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. Fourth, I've clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life. I got mine written down. Do you? And I will never stop until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Fifth, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built on truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. You remember me talking to you about exchange and abundance? Booyah. That's what I'm talking about. Anna, you got to get over it. You got to get over it. You can't, it's not your fault, but you can't allow it to continue to dominate your life. Jen, my sister, we need to turn that upside down. Fifth, I realize that I got to operate in exchange of abundance. If you give me $1 and I give you $1 worth of work, that is equal exchange. If you give me $1 and I go to sleep and don't give you any work, that's unequal exchange. If you give me $1 and I give you $5 worth of work, that's exchange in abundance. Be a person that gives back exchange in abundance. That's why I do personal services for donation basis. That's why I sell my books for $1.99 for the ebook. Exchange in abundance. I succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. That's exchange in abundance. I eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, cynicism by developing love for all humanity. There's no them, only us. Nobody's free till we're all free. You see how this stuff, you can tell I read this book because I lived this book. But these are things that Christ said. I will cause others to believe in me because I believe in them. I tell you I believe in you. And I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that I will gradually influence my thoughts and actions so that I become a self-reliant and successful spiritual person. I threw the spiritual in there. All impulses of thought have a tendency to clothe themselves in their physical equivalent. The subconscious mind, which is the chemical laboratory in which all thought impulses are combined and made ready for translation to physical reality, it doesn't make any distinction between constructive and deconstructive thought impulses. Is what I'm trying to tell you. It doesn't make any distinction. Whatever you feed it, it works with. It works with the material we feed it through our impulses. The subconscious mind will translate into reality a thought driven by fear just as readily as it will translate into reality a thought driven by courage or by faith. Are you getting the message? Your mind will make your fears real, or your mind will make your dreams real. Where do you live? L-A-Z-Y, Marzulli, Scott Clark, the rest of the September 23, Revelation 12 crowd. They're putting fear in your mind. Oh my God, the rapture. Oh my God, the tribulation. Oh my God, the Antichrist. Oh my God, the rebuilt temple. Oh my God, the red heifer. Fear. Religion is fear and guilt-based. The gospel truth is not fear and guilt-based. It's faith and love-based. Hey, y'all. Came to mode watching this, asking it shall be given, seeking you'll find. Seems like intention. I'm a Mason and always put more quality and effort into the things I build for others than my own house. Good for you. That's going to come back to you, Atlantis. Fear is over. Fear is so yesterday. I am trying to push Marzulli's buttons. I'll get him. We'll get him on a debate. It'd be good for everybody. It works with the material we feed it through our thought impulses. It will translate into reality a thought driven by fear, just as it will translate into reality a thought driven by faith. So let your mind be dominated by thoughts of faith and not thoughts of fear. That's why you need to get the hell out of the Christian churches. They're all about guilt. They're all about fear. And we don't need none of that around here. Because we are getting ready to go up and explode positively. If you fill your mind with fear, doubt, and unbelief, in other words, Christianity, the law of autosuggestion will take the spirit of unbelief and use it as a pattern by which your subconscious mind will translate into its physical equivalent. That's what Roman Christianity is designed to do, to keep you in a spirit of slavery, fear, doubt, and guilt. This law of autosuggestion will allow a person to rise to the altitudes of achievement which stagger the imagination. Listen to this. And I always said this, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. If you're in the chat room right now and you think you can't do this, you're right. If you're in the chat room right now and you think you can do this, you're right. Jessica Mitchell thinks she can do it. Somebody else out there thinks they can't do it. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. If you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you don't like to win, but think you can't, it's almost certain that you won't. If you think you'll lose, you're lost. For out of the world we find, success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. Let me read that again. If you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you won't. If you like to win but don't think you can, it's almost certain you won't. If you think you'll lose, you're lost. For out of the world we find, success begins with a person's will. It's all in the state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. If you think you've got to think high to rise, you got to be sure before you can ever win the prize. Life battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man or woman, but sooner or later, the one who wins is the one who thinks they can. Wow. Wow, your mind is a prison if you don't take control of it. Desire can be transmuted into its physical equivalent. There's no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. Both success and failure are the offspring of thought. Thoughts are things. No thought, whether it be negative or positive, can enter the subconscious mind without the aid of the principle of autosuggestion, with the exceptions of thoughts picked up from the ether, from the etheric realm. All sense impressions which are perceived through the five senses are stopped by the conscious thinking mind and may be either passed on to the subconscious mind or rejected if your analytical mind's working. Nature has built man so that he has absolute control over the material which reaches the subconscious mind if your analytical mind is working. That's why I do what I do. If your analytical mind is not working, you don't have absolute control. Man may become the master of himself and of his environment if he has the power to influence his own subconscious mind by having a clear and intact analytical mind. And if you do that, look at this. You can gain the cooperation of infinite intelligence. That's the comforter activation. That's the direct connection to the divine database. I'm pretty good. I am pretty good because I'm telling you the same thing Napoleon Hill did, and he was brilliant. It pays to know how to purchase knowledge. Oh, I'm telling you, you got to get some personal work with me. It pays to purchase knowledge. Do not mistake temporary defeat for failure. Oh, there's some good stuff right there. Refuse to compromise with life by accepting and keeping a job you don't want. I know that's hard for some of you, but that is the beginning of what set me free. Refusing to compromise with life by accepting and keeping a job that you don't want. Just looking at the chat room. Jeff, you are dead on. Thank you. Close association with one who refuses to compromise with circumstances he does not like is an asset that can never be measured in terms of money. Hanging out with me is good for you. Hanging out with us is good for you. People in this chat room refusing to compromise with circumstances they don't like. It's an asset that can't ever be measured in terms of money. It's worth more than money. Man's only limitation lies in his development and use of his imagination, or I would say his faith, his ability, his intention, his ability. That's why I'm telling you, create yourself some type of get yourself involved in some type of a divination activity to learn how to stir up, create, focus, and project your intention. He thinks Atlantis is L.A. Marzulli. Why? I didn't see what Atlantis had to say. Let me take a look. What did Atlantis have to say? No, L.A. Marzulli is on Coast to Coast right now, I think. What did Atlantis say? Jeff, you are dead on. No, that wouldn't be L.A. Marzulli. Yeah, L.A. Marzulli's on Coast to Coast tonight. Synthetic imagination. Through this faculty, one may arrange old concepts, ideas, or plans into new combinations. That's what I'm talking about that's what I do in the personal work. Creative imagination. Through the facility of creative imagination, the finite man of man has direct communication with infinite intelligence. This is stuff I say to you all the time. And I didn't know this. I mean, I forgot this. And you know what's coming. You know what's coming. I love it when a plan comes together. The finite mind of man has direct communication with infinite intelligence when you get it all dialed in. Hunches, inspirations are received from the divine. New ideas are handed over to man. It's through this faculty that thought vibrations are received. It's through this faculty that an individual may tune in or communicate with the subconscious minds of other men, and more importantly, with the divine. It's what I'm trying to tell you. Napoleon Hill was trying to tell you the same thing. And I love it when a plan comes together. So make practical use of your imagination. Ideas can be transmuted into reality through the power of definite purpose plus definite plans. You got to have a plan. You got to plan your work and you got to work your plan. Ally yourself with a group of as many people as you may need for the creation and carrying out of your plan or plans. What do you think we're doing here? A lack of a well-defined purpose in life. I call it your great basic purpose. There's no hope of success for the person who does not have a central purpose or a definite definite goal at which to aim. If you don't got a definite goat that you're aiming at, you're never going to make it. No, it's a definite goal. There's no hope of success for a person who does not have a central purpose or a definite goal at which to aim. There really isn't. There's no hope of success for you if you don't have a definite goal. If you haven't figured out your great basic purpose, then you don't have a shot. That's why I work with people to learn and create their great basic purpose, because without it, you don't have a snowball's chance in hell. You're just going to be existing. You're never going to live a life that is fulfilling. Or if you lack ambition, to aim above mediocrity. I can't help the person who is so indifferent as to not to want to get ahead in their spirituality and who's not willing to pay the price. Lack of self-discipline. Before you can control conditions, you must first control yourself. Self-mastery is the hardest job you'll ever tackle. If you don't conquer self, you will be conquered by self. You may see at one and the same time both your best friend and your greatest enemy. By what? By looking in the mirror. Bam. And we talked about this when we talked about interviewing the devil. What was that called? Outwitting the devil. Procrastination. Old man procrastination stands within the shadow of every human being, waiting his opportunity to spoil one's chances of success. Most of us go through life as failures because we're waiting for the time to be right to start doing something worthwhile. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand, work with whatever tools you have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along. If you're waiting for your ship to come in, it's going to be a long way because your ship will never come in. You got to swim out to meet that sucker. You got to send out there to meet that sucker. Swim out there to meet that sucker. I don't want to call in, Karen, because I think that George may not think that that was polite. I thought about it, though. They'd probably take my call. Most of us are good starters, but poor finishers of everything we begin. People are prone to give up at the first sign of defeat. There's no substitute for persistence. The person who makes persistence their watchword discovers that old man failure finally becomes tired and makes his departure. Failure cannot cope with persistence. There's no hope of success for the person who repels people through a negative personality. Success comes through the application of power, and power is attained through the cooperative efforts of other people. A negative personality will not induce cooperation. Kesha, I'm waiting for my spaceship to come back. They're not coming back. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Nigel Worsley back in the house. Good to see you again, brother. I'm about ready to wrap this up. I can feel my voice wearing out. This is like my 6th video today, I think. We've talked about this lack of a well-defined power of decision. Men who succeed reach decisions promptly and change them, if at all, very slowly. Men who fail reach decisions, if at all, very slowly and change them frequently and quickly. Indecision and procrastination are twin brothers. Where one is found, the other may also be found. Kill off this pair before they completely hog-tie you to the treadmill of failure. This is from my book, Spiritual Wisdom of Napoleon Hill, gleaned from Think and Grow Rich. What did he say about rapture, Paulie? What did Lazy Marzulli say about rapture? The person who takes no chances generally has to take whatever's left. Ooh. The person who takes no chances has to take what's left. Overcaution is as bad as undercaution. Both extremes should be guarded against. Wrong selection of a vocation. No man or woman can succeed in a line of endeavor which they don't like. The most essential step in the marketing of personal services is that of selecting an occupation into which you can throw yourself wholeheartedly. The twin Jesuits, absolutely. Let one of your first decisions be to keep a closed mouth and open ears and eyes. Wow. Be persistent, no matter how slowly you may at first have to move. With persistence will come success. Most ideas are stillborn and need the breath of life injected into them through definite plans of immediate action. There you go. There you go. Let's take a look in the chat room. Let's take a look in the chat room. When man created God, the problem started. Mark Twain said if there had never been a priest, there never would have been an infidel. Religion has nothing to do with spiritual reality. I agree, Doc Illusion. God's created by the human mind, not in reverse. I would agree with that. Religion did destroy spiritual truth. They're mutually exclusive. Planets are not gods, but they're telling us because they are gods. There's no God, so to speak. It's God with a million masks and emanations. Nothing exists but God. That's the head trip. I think the law of one God applies to the highest vibration of reality. I wonder if people can successfully live from that vibration. Demigods. Nope, if you really dissect the absolute, cannot experience anything outside of itself. I say something against them, you are anti-Semitic. Screw them all. I wonder if the reptilians were created to be a counterbalance to the angelic beings. The world is created of dualities. The world needs to get off religion, yes. I sometimes wonder if the reptilians... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Interesting. Yes, it's like holy hell. What? Anyway. We need to keep our own focus. Yep. Interesting stuff. Anyway. Danilo, my man. Thank you, brother. Okay. Energy exchange. Just saying to make sure I don't miss anything. Your mind is a prison. Yep. Nigel Worsley. All right. As we get older, we forget more and more. Maybe we just realize there ain't nothing worth remembering. All right. There you go, folks. Anybody have any other questions for me? I'm about to wrap this up. Spiritual wisdom of Napoleon Hill as gleaned from Think and Grow Rich. Hopefully you'll never read that book the same way again. You're welcome, Mazden. Thank you. It's a great source of spiritual inspiration. It's a great source of practical inspiration. It's a great source of good stuff. I believe in angels. Most of the women I've met were demons. Oh my. You're welcome, Kenneth Arnold. Thank you. So I think that's probably going to wrap up our broadcast day. Children have a closer connection with their higher selves, probably because they haven't been programmed as much as we are. I don't worry about Planet X at all, or Planet Y, or Planet Z, or Planet W at all. I salute you guys. Thanks for being here. No original sin, spark of divinity within. Love yourself, love your neighbor, be excellent to yourself, be excellent to your neighbor, and then we're excellent to each other, and that's the way things work best. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. This has been The Gospel Truth. I will see you again tomorrow. If you have questions, ask them. If you have answers, give them. If you're a visitor, we hope you'll come back. Like, share, and subscribe on your way out. And if you want to contact me for personal services, the information is in the box below. Have a great night, morning, wherever you are. And call in and tell L.A. Marzulli that he needs to debate Jeffrey Daugherty. And if you do, let me know, and I'll be your best friend. We'll talk to you again real soon. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. It's been my pleasure and my honor to be with you here this morning.